Good evening, everybody. It's time again for your Rowdies Talk Radio, the Green and Gold Gospel.
Hey there, Little Red Riding Hood, I got a problem and it's complicated. Going through changes and I just can't ignore the signs. They're there now and it's so loud it hurts. Hear me growl and hear me howl when the full moon is out. Hear me growl, you see me run, you see me jump. Try to fight, but I emerge with the prize in hand. You better watch out, it's gonna take more than what you got. All eyes are on me and the silence is deafening. There's no help against this full moon. Don't ever say I didn't warn you, because I came to play, came to play, I came to play, came to play, I came to play, came to play, I came to play. Wow!
Hello, Rowdies family, and welcome to the Unused Substitutes, where we bring you the green and gold gospel and all of the Rowdies news. It has been a long time since we have talked. Man, I can't even begin to tell you guys how much has been going on. As you can imagine, I think the last time we recorded was probably like before Christmas. That feels like forever ago. There's a lot that has happened, and I would love to sit here and tell you, man, we're going to break all that down. But you know me better than that. Not going to happen. There is enough out there to where you guys can easily catch up on all the stuff, as I'm sure plenty of you guys have been checking out the great work that the Reveler guys have been doing. They have been nonstop pumping out great content, great work. I love what they're doing over there. I was listening to them during the break because I had no time to record. Dan's been super busy with everything he's got going on up in New York right now. He's launched something pretty cool up there that you should probably check out, look into. It's a really good thing. He's doing a lot of great stuff. Really proud of him right now. He's really kind of growing into this guy that he is. I guess he's always been, but really I think he's kind of really found himself out there, and I'm really happy for him. Unfortunately, that means that we're not going to get a whole lot of him this year, but that's okay. We will keep going. We will keep moving this thing along. I'm just excited to get back. I was talking to him about finally getting back on the grind here. Thankfully, things have slowed down for me a little bit at the Trop, but holy crap, as you guys can imagine, rebuilding a place in a short amount of time is pure chaos. I think I'm working on average like 10 to 12 hours a day. So hence the reason I have no time to record. I mean, basically, I go to work, I come home, I eat something, and fall straight to sleep. Get up and do it all over again. 6-7 days a week, man. It has been a crazy grind. But we're getting to a point with that where I feel like I can kind of back off a little bit and really kind of refine my footing back here in the podcast. Something I love to do, something that a lot of people have been coming asking us about. Are we even going to come back? For a while there, I didn't know if we were going to. I definitely want to. I love doing this. I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff out there. I mean, the team's now started their own podcast. You guys have your feelings about that. Reveler has just been growing and growing. Eureka and James, those guys are just doing a wonderful job of really building that brand. Really proud of those guys for what they've done. And, you know, I mean, the Unused, man, it's kind of the OG, man. We kind of have our own thing. I feel like we've got our own lane here. And, you know, I feel like it's something that needs to continue. And especially into this season, which, my Lord, I mean, I think we all kind of knew what was coming, right? I feel like we started seeing the type of signings we were getting. It just felt like this team really was changing a direction. Like they were really closing that chapter of what was left of the Neil Collins era, and those players and that mentality, that team, and really allowing Dominic Cassiato to really put his stamp on what it is in this era. And man, I remember we signed, you know, Big Russell Cicerone, and Leland, who I know we haven't seen yet, but from everything we're told, he's getting better. He should be back soon. He looks really good. Leland Archer, I mean, he's just a phenomenal player. But I mean, like, those kind of caliber guys. And then you get like the MD Myers and the Conways, Michelettos, Sebastian Cruz. Forgive me, like, guys, there are so many new names on this team. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't remember them all. And I don't even know who else. all of them are. I'm watching this game going like, who the heck is that? And I'm having to look it up. Look, I am looking at the Rowdies page right now to give me a face and a name because I don't know, because there's a lot. But you know what? Good problem. No disrespect to these guys. I will get to know who they are. They have earned that respect. 2 games in, 2 games undefeated, have not conceded a goal. Just wow. I mean, it was so much fun. Home opener, guys. I love a home opener as much as anybody. This is my 11th season with the team, and I am no less excited about these openers now than ever. In fact, this one I might have been a bit more jazzed about what was going to happen today. I feel like as a club, as a fan base, as somebody who really loves Rowdies, we needed this, and again, as I look back over the last 2 years, it's no disrespect to the players or the staff or anyone in particular or any one thing, just it didn't work. And it was time for change. And bringing in Dominic Cassiato was something that Dan and I harped on about last year. I think a lot of us said the same thing, not just here on the podcast, but out in the stands and in our groups, about how he really is the right guy for the job and how he's the guy that's going to carry us into this new wave. And look, he and Nico Castillo, man, they put in the work in this offseason. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you see, obviously you see Dom going to high five that guy. Who doesn't like Dom Castillo? But if you see Nico Castillo, man, go high five that guy and tell him hell of a job, because to go in there and pull off these moves and these players to get these guys in, that's incredible work. And I think it's also a testament to what this club also means, not just to us as a fan base, but what it means to players coming in. I know we've got the players union, which is a big talking point right now. I'm not going to lie to you and sit here and tell you that I am fully versed in everything that's going on. I'm not. That's Dan's lane. I feel like if any of us were to talk on it, it really needs to be Dan. I think he far more vested in that world than I am. There are other people that are far more versed in all the things happening there. I'll say this. I do believe that the Rowdies are one of the better teams in the league. We offer better contracts. We offer all the things the players are looking for. We offer competitive wage, a great place to live. I think there's all kinds of added benefits and stuff that we provide that maybe not every club does. And I think that shows. I think that shows with the caliber of players that want to come and play here. Yes, a lot of them, I believe, did want to come play for Dominic Cassiato. In fact, we heard that quite a few times. Like we hear from a number of guys that this is a place that they want to play and a coach they want to play for. And kudos to Dom for that. For making this a competitive place. And look, does it help that we live in beautiful St. Pete in the Tampa Bay area? Yeah. Look, hey, you can love us or hate us. We don't give a shit because we know we live in an incredible place. We know how special Tampa Bay is. We know how awesome Al Ling is. As old and beat up as she may be, boy, she shined this weekend and right together with the team. I'm so excited and hyped after that game. The crowd was incredible. Rouse Mob, Skyway Casuals, you guys showed out. That TIFO was fantastic. Kudos to those involved with creating the TIFO. We got the new in-game not PA guy. I guess I don't know exactly what you call him, but the in-game host, basically, who I thought was fun. It's a different thing. It's a different added thing that I think the Rowdies are trying to bring an element in to add something new to not just broadcast, but to, well, I guess it's not on broadcast, it's more in-house stuff, but to bring, the crowd in. That beautiful new scoreboard. I love you, scoreboard. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to let this out there. That scoreboard, the old one, was the bane of my existence. I hated that piece of technology. It was literally the bane of my existence. That thing was falling apart and dying. I think y'all saw that thing freeze or die or whatever countless times. I literally was holding that thing together with the hope and a wish and a prayer. Spit, bubble gum, duct tape. If I could get it on that board to make that thing hold together and live another game, I did. And thank God we got that thing replaced. She is a beaut. Still got some little things on the technical end that we have to sort out with it. But as a whole, you got to admit, that thing is really pretty. And I love that addition. The midfield tent, I believe the new sponsor of that tent is going to be Publix. Could be wrong. If I'm wrong, forgive me. But I know Publix has kind of put their fingerprint all in there. It looks really cool. You got all the TVs all synced up now. Everything's working great. May or may not have had a part in that. Just saying. I did. Anyways, Midfield tent looked great. Man, pitch looked fantastic. Kudos to Phil Bagsby and all the crew out there that clearly have been putting in the work to get that field to look as beautiful as it did. It looked sublime. It was gorgeous. Any one of us should be so lucky to ever step foot on a field like that. That was lovely. And then there's the little things around the stadium, stuff that you guys wouldn't see even. They added a speaker in the entryway as you go down the hallway underneath for the players as they walk towards the locker room. And it set the tone. And even Big Russ talked about it. Russell Cicerone walking into the stadium and hearing that just got him even more pumped up for that game day experience, feeling that energy walking in. And I love that little dish. I don't know who did it. I don't know whose call it was. Kudos to you. Great move. I loved it the second I heard it. I was like, this thing is dope. It's great. They illuminate the whole walkway. It's all black, like pitch black, right? With just green lights that illuminate the whole thing all the way down. These LEDs that so it's just like this green glow and this boomy, bassy, just hype up music that just, it's pretty dope, man. I thought it was pretty cool. So I know a lot of you won't get a chance to see that, but that is a cool thing. They're not just, basically what I'm saying is the team isn't just out here trying to elevate things for the fans and the experience that you guys get to think. They're trying to do more things for the players too. I think that's a testament to the team looking at themselves, right? I think they looked inward. There's obviously new ownership, so there's a new standard now that I think has been set, and I think for the good, right? Like they want to push for excellence, expect a higher level of output. They want to see new big heights, and they have an expectation that the team needs to live up to a certain standard. And in all rights, I would say that the staff there at the Rowdies, from top to bottom, to Ryan and Jeff, the guys at the top making decisions, all the way down to the people that are, wiping down your seats and picking up the trash after the game. Like, everybody has to lift up their game. Dominic Casieto talked about how important it is for this team to understand that it's not just the starting 11. It's not just the guys on the bench or the coaching staff or the equipment manager or the medical staff or the trainers. Everybody has an effect on our success, and we all deserve it. We all deserve to expect the best from ourselves as well as each other to lift this team to a whole new level. Coming out of last year, that's something that I love hearing. I love that the team is not just talking about it, they're putting their money where their mouth is. They're standing on business. And right now we're stacking some W's, man. I don't want to do the whole Jameis Winston eating the W thing, but you get what I'm saying, man. It's like, they're hungry and they're not, they're coming out in a new way. Like, something that really stood out to me in this game was, like, last year we had such a horrible time really trying to get going and getting our front foot forward and really kind of taking it to a team. And I felt like we've done a better job of that. Now, I understand that first half, Pittsburgh had a quite a bit of, they had probably the most of the possession, I would say. They definitely had more of the ball, but we didn't let them do anything with it. And it wasn't like we weren't pushing forward when we had the opportunities. It was just like there's this big stalemate in the middle of the field. You felt like something was probably coming. Maybe for some of y'all felt like, we're going to go to halftime 0-0. I didn't feel that way. I was sitting up in my usual perch, one of the old suites up there in the broadcast booth area, where I get a chance to kind of look down so I can keep an eye on everything that I need to take care of on game day, but at the same time get a great elevated view of the field so I can see the buildup and such. And there was just something about the way the team was moving that you got the feeling like there was a step or two or a thing or two here or there that really, if we could just solve that, if we could just sort that out, we could do something, right? So let's talk a little bit about the lineup. Now, this is essentially what I've got. Doesn't mean it's exactly right. You could see that this lineup was pretty fluid, especially at the top. Currently, I had it with obviously Jamali White, which, as we know, just got called up for Jamaican national team camp. So kudos to him. He has been phenomenal. And just such a great guy, man. I haven't really had a chance to really interact with him, but the little bit of those that I know that have spoken very highly of, and I think that's more or less going to be true for everybody on this team. I think something that Neil Collins did whenever he eventually took over was really bringing in high quality character guys. And I feel like that standard has been set, and it doesn't matter who has kind of come along after that. And I don't just mean coaching wise, because I feel like the front office has been the same for the most part as far as decision makers. And I feel like that standard is just kind of ingrained in our front office now. And that's kind of if you don't meet that that standard at the very least, we're not going to talk to you. But anyways, defense, you got Charlie Ulstrom, Nate DeSantos, Brian Schaefer, and Dion Akoff. Look, I love the defense. I'll get to it in a minute. I'll talk a little more about a couple players that really stood out for me. These are just a couple of guys that I liked. Midfielder, kind of more of like the holding, was Max Schneider and Lewis Hilton. God, I love Lewis Hilton because it's not good to see him. Just, it is prime Lewis. Prime. Anyways, chef's kiss. So this one, I think I got this wrong just because of two players, Micheletto and Cicerone. DeBella, like these guys all rotated a lot, but I had Sebastian Cruz, Pedro Dolabella, and Russell Cicerone as the midfielders. I think Russ was more the forward and Micheletto was more the attacking mid, but I don't know, man. Dude, Micheletto was everywhere. I mean, I love this guy because he can play middle or side or anywhere. His distribution is really good, as we saw in the goal. He's absolutely comfortable playing in the middle of the field around a lot of people with pressure. I really like him. I think Duke games in, you gotta love what this guy's doing, what he stands on. I mean, he stands on business, man. And Big Russ, God, dude, I know some people were fighting me like, oh, we signed an old guy, Russell Cicerone. Dude, Big Russ is the real deal, man. He's probably one of the players I was most excited about bringing in because that is a guy that you can build around. He is just so damn consistently good. It doesn't matter where you want him to play in this offense. He is a problem, and he raises the level of everyone around him. You need him to score goals. First goal of the game, Big Russ off of Micheletto cross. But Russ is just one of those guys that you can build a team around. He's just so damn solid and so damn good. He has been for a long time in this league. He's so dynamic in the way that he plays, and it's not always shiny stuff. It's the hard stuff, the stuff you see off the ball, fighting to get the ball back. I was so excited to see this guy and to see it pay off in the opener, him get that opening goal. To me, for me personally, right? Like you guys might have had somebody else that really was your guy for this team or your pickup of the offseason, and that's great. That is your guy, and I love that. Rush just happens to be mine. So for him to get the goal for Micheletto, the way that he did and tuck it in the side netting of all places, when, let's be honest, he was damn near even with the post, even though he was about, I don't know, what do you call it? Top a little bit outside the six. It was just beautiful. It was great. It was poetic, right? And him running over there, taking the bow. I mean, good on him, man. Good on him. I mean, and that was us going back, fighting for the ball, getting the quick turnover, Micheletto getting it out wide and putting in another great cross. Now, I will say we got a little cross heavy at times in this game, but I think that's probably common early on in the years. You're starting to build that chemistry in the middle of the field. That's not to say that we always did that. But it is something that I noticed we did a little heavier, but I would say that's probably pretty common on a new team. It happens, right? Am I concerned that that's the only way we're going to score goals? No, it's not. We are too damn talented. I mean, hold on, for Christ's sake. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, you look at our bench in this game and you're just like, so I got Myers and Conway, Henderlong, like, I got these guys coming off my bench. Imagine being another team. Imagine you're the coach or you're on the field for the other team and you look to our bench and you're like, you got MD Myers and Conway coming off the bench? Well, basically, we could throw something at you for 65 minutes and be like, change and look better and be better. Like, it's kind of like a cheat code, man. And I get it. Look, season's long way to go, blah, blah, blah. The point is like, you look to our bench, you look to the guys that we have out there. I mean, damn, this team is deep. And I love the fact that they have bought in to Dom's mentality. I mean, Dominic Casiero, I know from what I was told, and I'm sure I can share some of this. It's like, and we all know this, right? When you sign that many new players, you basically hold on to a handful, right? And you bring in all the players. The hardest part is getting the buy-in, right? The hardest part is building a cohesive unit. That is extremely hard to do. And it takes a special kind of staff, but it takes a lot of work, not just on the pitch, but off the pitch, to get these guys to buy into the brand, to get these guys to buy into the belief of Dominic Casiero's system and what these coaches are trying to teach them, to get these guys really bind to each other, that it doesn't matter if you're starting or on the bench, you have an effect on this game and you're expected to produce. But yeah, I mean, coming off the bench maybe isn't what these guys want, but they obviously understood that they could be just as important coming off the bench as they are starting. Now, I mean, look, now we know Myers and Conway are kind of coming off a little knock, a little thing here. So this is their debut. Good on them for both scoring. That was awesome. But I mean, you know, like having Dominic bring in like former Rowdies to come and talk to the team, stuff we saw them post about, right? Like bring in different generations, teams that have won from the first generation to this new era Rowdies to recent Rowdies, talking about the standard, talking about what the brand means, talking about what this club means, not just to them, but to the city, to us, the fans, to the staff, to all of us, man. I get it. And obviously it resonated the way that he went about it because these guys were fighting like hell in the offseason to really build this. You know, look, do we still have a long way to go? Yeah, we still got a long way to go. I mean, look, beating the former champions is huge and limiting to I think it was like 2 shots to like 14. That's massive because let's be honest, they didn't really have an opportunity on goal. Jamali didn't have a whole lot to do really. I mean, nothing that there was never a moment in this game where I'm like, maybe that early free kick. But I think it felt more dangerous than it actually looked, if that makes sense. Because it wasn't as close to the post as I think I originally thought it was, and Jamali was all over it. So even if it was on frame, I'm not concerned whether or not he would have gotten there, right? Because really, outside of that, I mean, there wasn't much there. We made some great adjustments at halftime. Russell Cicerone talked a little bit. Didn't really divulge anything tactically, but what he said was they kind of had to talk their way through it. Some of the changes on the field to kind of tweak it just right the way that they talked about it at halftime. And look, it worked, right? I mean, it helped that we made some substitutions. You know, Perez comes on for Akoff. Myers comes on for Micheletto. Hold on. Those are the first two of the 66. What was it, like 11 minutes later, Myers gets that goal from Cicerone. Oh, man, no, hold on. I didn't finish talking about players I want to talk about. It's been a while. I'm rusty. Work with me, all right? Anyways, Nate Dos Santos for me right now is the defender I think I've been most impressed with. Not taking away from Brian Schaefer. I thought he was absolutely lights out this game. His header is part of what creates a goal. His clearance of the ball back up to Micheletto, gets that ball up to Russ. I mean, that was huge. The boy stood very tall. And in the absence of Leland Archer, I mean, we need him to play big like that. And he's been phenomenal. And that's not taken away from Ostrom or Akoff. Just Schaefer, I was really proud of. But Nate Dos Santos in the first 2 games, and even in the preseason, not playing, I think, the exact position that I think we brought him in for, but for being flexible and being able to play multiple positions, which is something Dominic wants. He wants guys that are able to move around and be flexible in the lineup. I think Dos Santos has been absolutely wonderful to watch. I'm never concerned. He has great closing speed, very good presence. I mean, and really, honestly, across the board, there was a few times that Pittsburgh got down the line and put in a cross. And in years past, I would be concerned about us covering that middle of the field, right around the PK spot, or cheating too far to the back post or to a certain person and leaving another guy wide open. Like there was never a feeling of that with the back four. I thought the back four really held their shape well. They understood their zones and where they needed to hold. Some fantastic tackling. Just as a whole, I just really, really well, man. Again, there is so much about this team that I'm really excited about. And look, we are going to get better. Okay, that's my piece on the players. Moving into Myers' second goal. I mean, really, that was a classic Anthony Myers goal. That's what we expect him to do. Big Russ talks about it. He's like, look, man, Schaefer gets in the ball as he's moving forward, so he's already going to the focus possession. He's like, it's the easiest decision in the world when you've got Anthony Myers making that run in behind the one defender into that open space. Russell puts the perfect pace on that ball with just a little bit of lift, and Myers is able to just cleanly, basically, he didn't even really have to kick the ball that hard. He just had to place it right and just kind of lift. For a guy who is a golden boot caliber striker, when you put him in that kind of position, that's what you expect him to do, and that's exactly what he did. It was a beautiful goal, beautiful finish, and a great for him to not just enter his debut, but to get a goal in his first debut, and really kind of say hello to the fans. Who, again, I know the announce was 62, whatever. I don't know what it actually was. What I do know is that it felt like a full capacity crowd. Maybe not the 7,000 plus of the Eastern Conference Final versus Louisville, but let me tell you what, if this team can perform like this week in and week out and put in that kind of effort, I don't see any reason why anyone should have a problem deciding whether or not they should come out to Al Ling. Because quite frankly, if that's the kind of team you're going to get to see, yeah, get your ass out to Al Ling. Like, look, we get to do it again this weekend against, what is it? Who played again? Totally blanking. And I forgot to pull it up, but that's okay. Let me look. We are playing Loudoun United. Man, I mean, they were a surprise team last year going to the second half of the season and doing pretty well for themselves right now. They are, they're a solid team right now. Loudoun is sitting. Oh, they've let a draw and a loss. What? Oh, I'm thinking Hartford. Just kidding. Well, there you go. It's been a while, guys. Can you give me some slack? I'm not editing any of this out. I'm leaving it all in. Look, this is what you tune in for, all right? This is what you're going to get. I'd love to sit here and pretend like this isn't how these shows go. Even when I mess up, it ain't going nowhere. I mean, this is my life. This is what I do, man. If I F up, I F up. Never mind. Loudoun is 1 draw, 1 loss. Surprise, Louisville's 3-0. Whatever. Maybe they'll peter out in the playoffs like they always do. Anyways, but good for Myers to get the goal that he did to on his Rowdies debut, home opener, get a goal. That's big. And then again, same thing to Conway, man. I mean, and to get the ball from Myers, you got our 2 strikers linking up with one another, creating chances. It is crazy to me that you got a Myers to Conway connection, scoring goals. Like, not so much that they connected and scored a goal, but the fact that we get to say that Evan Conway and MD Myers are both on our team and both putting in goals. Like, that's something we're going to hear a lot this year. I think with the makeup of the team that we have, if they continue to trend in the upward trajectory, like I think we all suspect they should and will do, man, those guys are going to have a lot of goals, and they should have a lot of fun this year, because they got a lot of talent behind them that, quite frankly, is going to push them. These guys aren't guaranteed to start all year. The guys are never going to get knocks and dings. I mean, it's a long season. I mean, we're going to be at this until October, so a lot can happen from now until then. So you need to be deep. You need to have people that can step up, and quite frankly, even if Conway's and Myers, either at the same time or separately, need to take a game or two, like, that's okay. I feel like we have the depth to do that and not lose a step. This team, I think, can come at you many different ways. And I'm excited, man. I mean, as a whole, this game was fun. It just was. And it just feels good to be back, man. I mean, even just on a personal note for me, I mean, I have been so busy and so stressed with work. I've had no time to think anything right. It's part of the reason why I'm still learning these guys' things. Same reason I've got the Rowdies page pulled up right now so I can look at their faces. I'm trying to really make a point to learn these guys, which now that getting a little normalcy in my life, I can do that. But it felt great to be there. I mean, I got in early. I got in like 10 o'clock and had what I didn't think was a lot of work to do turn into a lot of work. I can tell you from a staff perspective, this game mattered to all of us. And not just because new ownership was there, but because I think we all felt the energy of and the importance of this opener. Right? Like, we want to set a standard. We want to see excellence, not just from the team, but from ourselves. I think it's unfair to ask anyone else that if we're not going to ask ourselves of it. And from all the stuff that I saw, just from my perspective, everybody I was interacting with had that same mentality. Kudos to ops, ticketing, the cleaning crew, sponsorship people, to other front office staff, stats guys, coaching staff, just everybody, man. From a production standpoint, just kudos to everyone, man. I really it was fun, and I'm so happy to be back. And I'm happy to be back talking with you guys. To the 5, 15, 20 of you that may check this out, maybe more, maybe less, it's all good. You know how much I love doing this. You know how much this team means to me, and I know how much the team means to you. God, it felt good, man. Again, the mob and Skyway Casuals, I mean, that section, God, man, that felt, y'all set the tone, man. Phenomenal job. And look, I get it helps when the team plays like that, but y'all really stepped up for this one. And I absolutely love that. I left the field at the end of the game. I hung around for a little bit to do a few things, and by the time I left, I hopped on my bike, and I was buzzing all the way home. Felt good. You know, it was a long, stressful day, but a really good, stressful in a good way, right? It was fun, man. It was just fun. And we could do it again. We could do it again this weekend. God, I have missed this feeling. Like, I've got stuff I got to get done before the game, and I'm just like, I'm going to get over there eventually. I keep telling, I keep telling Laura and Jason, they keep calling me like, hey, you're going to get over here and do this, right? I'm like, yeah. They know I will, but at the same time, it's like, hey, man, you got stuff you got to do. And I'm like, I know. I'll get there. We'll get done. And it's all for the betterment of you guys. It's all stuff to help the whole production, to help sell this thing, show how great this thing that we have here, how special this thing we have, the Rowdies, this organization here in our city. And yeah, man, I love it. I got a whole lot more to go on, man. Clearly I was not prepared for the Loudon comment because I got that wrong. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I have a preview for them. I don't. They're a team. They're in the USL Championship. I expect to beat them. And that's the standard we should have every week. Otherwise, man, what I always say, grab a friend, grab your friend's friend, obviously with their permission. But get a friend, bring someone who's never been before, and get them out to this game, man. I mean, this team is fun to watch on TV, but even better live. And y'all bring the energy. You guys are what makes the experience great. I mean, obviously the soccer is what we're there for, but man, just seeing that place light up after that first goal from Big Russ, and then man, a second goal from MD Myers, and then that third goal from Conway in stoppage. This could be a really fun year. And I've said it on a few posts. This has the potential to be a really big thing. We just got to keep building. We got to keep growing, being honest with ourselves, holding ourselves accountable, and just keep going, man. And if we can do that and stack some points early and just keep growing, man, I mean, anything's possible. I mean, it's a long season. You don't get too high in the highs. You don't get too low in the lows. You just keep plugging away with your system and what you're being told to do, and can only play who's in front of you. And hey, man, as long as you are, putting your best foot forward every game, anything's possible. And yeah, man, I'm excited to do it again next week. So I hope you guys are too. Again, it's really good to be back. I hope to have Dan in every now and then if we can this year. We may not get Dan at all, and that is okay. We love Dan. He's got some big things happening for himself personally up in New York. Really excited for him. Really happy to see him kind of growing there. So maybe we'll get him a couple times. We won't. I have some ideas on some few things I'd like to do this year. Obviously, I have not had any time to do any of it, as we are going to do this show the same way we've done it the last few years. But there are some changes coming. There are some things I'm looking to add. We will do the Bench Banter will be back this season. I'm definitely going to grow that. That is something personal that I really love doing. So it's definitely something that I'm going to continue to kind of dive into this season as my schedule kind of learns to kind of peter out. We're going to leave that into as the schedule kind of levels itself out a bit. I'll definitely start plugging away a little more on that. And remember, guys, this show is built on you. I mean, we do this show for you guys. So if you got questions, thoughts, ideas, think I'm completely wrong or an idiot, call it out, man. It's all good. I mean, I don't take anything personally. This show is all about having fun, talking shop, just a bunch of guys or gals sitting at a table, drinking a beer or like drinking an old fashioned, sitting here just talking shop. That's what I love this show. I love what this show's about. It's what Dan and Matt created this show for. And I'm just lucky enough to be able to sit here and do this show. Also want to yell out, do a shout out for Matt. It's been just over a year since his passing. Love the guy. I wish I had a little more time to work with him, talk to him, get to know him, but I am grateful for the time that I did have. I know how important he was to some of y'all, definitely to Dan. I still keep his original note in my show notes. I don't change it. I always leave his intro written up there, and I just reword it as I do it live. Just, love the guy, miss the guy. God, he would have loved this. You guys in the stands that were always around him, you know how much he would have loved this. So, yeah, man, let's keep it going. Life is good. Rowdy Soccer is back. Home opener went great with a bang. Team is looking hot. More goals, and more soccer. On that note, guys, we love you. I love you. And we will talk soon, man. Come on, you Rowdies.
The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, they kick the ball around. The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, then they fall on the ground. Oh, the Rowdies, the Rowdies, the Rowdies are a kick in the grass. When When the Rowdies play soccer, it's a sight to behold. You'll swear they'll be devils with magical toes. You'll laugh, you'll cheer, you'll leap from your seat when they kick with their head instead of their feet. The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, they kick the ball around. The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, and then they fall on the ground. Oh, the Rowdies, the Rowdies, the Rowdies are kicking the grass. When the Tampa Bay Rowdies take the field, there's a roar. The fans' loyal fannies cheer the team they adore. There's music, there's laughter, pretty girls